Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Shaden and this is an ongoing series where I try to hotlap every street circuit in Forza Horizon 5. Today we are on the Bola Ocho circuit, one of my favorite circuits, but also one of the hardest to actually hotlap on. I have not seen much of the contents of this video. I've just cut it, but I didn't really look at the content, so if it seems like I'm not really knowing what's going on, that is because I literally don't. But anyway, the Bola Ocho circuit is a city street circuit, in its purest form. It's narrow and it leaves you no room for error, and it's also very windy, it's very corner heavy for a Forza Horizon circuit, surprisingly. So it is, I think, the most handling circuit in the whole game, and especially this last corner. Oh my god, the way it falls away from you but also is uphill, it's insane. Yeah, we're skipping forward a bit because I've posted a bunch of invalid times by clattering into this wall, and finally we managed to post a valid time, 45 seconds time. This time around we are starting on the second lap because we need a flying lap to kind of, finish this one. It already got a bit harder. I had to be way more committed through here as well, because as you can see, the car that I'm up against is very much a handling car. Now, I do have the speed in my Supra, but I actually don't have as much handling as I would like. However, I do have good knowledge of this track, and I don't think I've ever managed to find my way into these pillars on the left-hand side, but those are basically the noob stoppers. Because if you want to cut too much, you just stop right where you are. Okay, and this time I was very conservative in the brake, but also turned in a bit too early. We managed to improve the time by 1 second, and once again we skipped forward onto the second lap because I've driven like a maniac. Now, this is the part where I actually haven't looked at any of my laps, but I know that it was hard because I think we'll be looking at this for quite a while. So I've done a few laps on this attempt. As you can see, the other car is really good through this part. Manages to gap me into this braking zone, but this braking zone is where I'm really good at. So this lap is already invalid, which means we can't improve on our best lap with this. But I know that through the second half I have the upper hand on this car, except on the ascent where it seems to just kind of outpower me, and then in the braking zone and through this corner it's also really good. But anyway, we've learned it now. We know we need to gap into this first corner because the other car's just way too good through here. Look at that. Already managed to overtake me and is a car's length ahead. Now 2 car lengths ahead. I haven't invalidated my lap just yet, but I've been very aggressive through this braking zone. It paid off though. We managed to close the gap back up again, and now it's a power race through this part here. And I managed to open up the corner enough. No, oh, I just touched the inside of the apex a teeny tiny bit. And yeah, once again, I was just too eager on the acceleration through this part. But yeah, on to lap 4. Luckily, it's a short lap. Do I manage to get this part correctly? Still not, but it's better than usual. Now through this inside part, I just can't get to grips with the grip levels of my car for some reason. Now once again through this braking zone, I'm really good. Managed to close the gap back up again, but then on the exit because I want more speed out of my car, I start accelerating a bit earlier than I should, which basically leads me to hit the outside wall, just because I have so much understeer. This is a 4-wheel drive conversion, which is why it has so much understeer on power. But anyway, lap 5. Will we manage the first corner without incident? Barely. But now that I've seen what this car is capable of, I know that I can hold advantage throughout this section of the track for quite a bit. And here I know that I'm better through the braking zone, so I shouldn't be worried about any gap that opens up there, because the other car is just very strong there and I should expect it. Here I also know that I have the stronger car because of the acceleration, and finally I managed to get this corner right, and now I just need to manage to hit the last corner, and I lock up the brakes and even hit the wall. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I just want to say that my second lap to date is like still... oh no, it's not the fastest, but it was the fastest for quite a while. Anyway, on lap 6 we don't manage to refine this part, but at least we don't lose too much time to the other car. And I feel really confident in this part because I know that I can like reel in any kind of gap. Through just one braking zone. Imagine that, one braking zone is all I needed to make up all the time losses on this whole track. That is insane. Anyway, on the ascent, we're being left alone, but I've already invalidated the lap. And did I finally figure out a line through the last corner? No. No, I did not. No. Will I be careful enough? Nope. I can tell that I've been cautious. Oh, actually, you know what? I might have almost done it. But once again, I've been too eager on the gas, and the understeer drove me to the outside wall, which then compromised my line. For a millisecond, I believed I was headed for the, like, concrete pillars on the inside, but I managed to gather the car back up. Through this section, not much better, but this second to last corner is where I'm really good at, and this last corner is where the other car does have a bit of an advantage. Actually, I managed to find a line that gains me time, so we are now on lap 8. Can I string it all together, finally? I hope so. Very cautious through the first corner, but it allows me to be quick through this part. And finally I'm on the tail of the of the rival car. And with this small gap, I know that I should be ahead by the exit of this corner, which I am. So I don't feel urged to step on the gas too early, which allows me to take a nice line. Will I open up? I can open up the corner nicely. Full commitment through this corner, despite being ahead. Brake early. Get it nicely, and done. 1 second up, that's how you do it. Took me a long time, but this time was good enough. For top 1% puts me on place 5,000 out of 2.5 million, which is not too bad, I don't think. That's like, what, 0.25th percentile? Yeah, that massively overshot the stated goal of making top 5%. I think I need to adjust the goal to like the top 1% for future videos, because I don't know, we seem to overshoot all the time. Anyway, I hope you had enjoyed this episode, and I hope I will see you in the next one again. Until then, have a very wonderful time. But that shall be it from my side. Goodbye!